All right. Fall is in the air. We
Yeah.
went outside this morning and
It was
it
cold.
was like straight up cold. It felt, I don't know. Just certain things feel like certain things. And when the weather turns, it feels like school season. I always struggled to start a new school year.
Well, it's too funny. Connor, yesterday, we were in the car actually, and he said, the weather, it's cool. He goes, but next week for the start of the soccer practice, it's going to be back to 80 and sunny. So
Yeah.
I think nice weather is still, I think this is just
Yeah, that's true.
a fluke. Yeah,
Someone who played football in double session.
definitely. I think the warm weather's coming
It
back.
was either the hottest week of the year during double sessions, or it was just felt that way because I was out of shape and wearing 8 pounds of pads.
Well, there you go. So I think it's going to be warm next week. Connor looked ahead. So
All right. We did some stuff. We celebrated 22 years of matrimonial bliss.
Yep.
We did that.
We did that. Before we did that, we had to get some school shopping done for my son, Tyler. And Ty is very different than Connor. He does not enjoy shopping for clothes or shoes or anything, as a matter of fact. He doesn't care what he wears. So in order for me to bribe him to go buy him clothes to go back to college with, I had to get him lunch. And Tyler has a very limited palate. We talk about it. So I'm burgers and fries and chicken fingers. So we went to Voss's.
Yep.
That is a staple in Utica, Voss's. And it's actually been my first time there this year.
Yeah, I haven't been in years.
Yep. So we went up there, me and Tyler and his girlfriend and Jenna. And, what do you get when you go to Voss's?
I get a chili dog.
I got a hot dog. I think we all ordered a hot dog. And Tyler had a burger, I think. But they were really good. No chili. We had I made chili last week, or I would have got a chili dog. So yeah, Voss's, it's right on Oriskany Boulevard before you. Yeah, I got pictures, but it was
with the line to the road.
And I have got to say that it was Jenna, her boyfriend, me, Sage, and Tyler. So there were 5 of us. Jenna had eaten, so they split an order of French fries and they each got milkshakes. They make their own ice cream. The milkshakes are delicious. So Tyler, like I said, Tyler got a hot dog and French fries. Sage got a hot dog. I got a hot dog and French fries. Jenna and her boyfriend split an order of French fries and each got a milkshake, and the bill was less than $50.
Okay.
Which is great.
For hot dogs.
I'm just telling you, the McDonald's drive-through is insane.
So it's funny, we're very busy humans and we're always on the go. And I just learned that the trip to Voss happened, but this connects dots in my world because when I was putting something in the back of your car yesterday, I saw in the 3rd row seat cup holders, 2 milkshake cups.
Yeah, they're animals. They never.
I was like, I just assumed the fair. Maybe you stopped at Stewart's.
Oh, we'll get to the fair too.
All right. So that's
you want to talk about the fair?
Let's talk about it.
Go ahead.
I have nothing to talk about.
You did parking up at the fair.
So so shout out to Fiberdyne Labs in Frankfort. This has been an ongoing, generous donation, really, of their land.
Partnership, really.
Yeah, for the better part of probably 10 years now. So Fiberdyne is on Cemetery Street, right when you get off of the fairgrounds exit in Frankfort. They've been there forever, the Paulus family. And they've got a huge lot, empty lot that is right across from the fairgrounds. And they have no interest in people parking their cars there, right? It is free parking at the Herkimer County Fair across the street. So they would typically just rope it off. And I think Gary Kiola, apologies if it wasn't Gary, but I'll give Gary credit, went to the Paulus family and asked if we provided the manpower and roped the lot and cleaned it up and gave it back to them the way it started a week earlier, if we could use that land and park cars, and ask for a $5 donation. And they said yes. And every year, weather depending, the busy nights, we put 4 to 500.
You were there Thursday night, which was the ride special, the demo derby, the
nice weather.
Yeah.
We parked over 500 cars in there at $5 a donation. So a small little civic group like us, I think when all the dust settled, we ended up collecting $7,000 or $8,000 in donations, and multiply that times 10, 12 years. And we're pushing 6 figures that we've been able to generate for the youth in our community, because of the generosity of the Paulus family and Fiberline Labs. So shout
And
out to
so,
them.
yeah, the fair had a successful, other than Sunday.
Sunday was a mess.
They closed early on Sunday, but other than that, they had really good weather. Our daughter turned into a straight up carny.
Yeah, she's now packing up the flying bobs and driving out to Fonda for the next fair. She can't get enough of it.
Yeah.
Carney life, fair life. Some people love it. A lot of people love it. Anyone that says there's not money in our community did not go to the Herkimer County Fair last
I did not go to the Herkimer County Fair at all.
I mean, the pricing is bonkers.
Yeah.
You know, just the food. What did Tyler say? French fries, a big thing of French fries.
I can't remember,
like
but
$14.
to give another plug to a local business, Valeriano's always has a booth up there. And they say by far that is the best place to get a meal. The prices are under control. The portions are huge. The food is good. So
Lena just posted, Lena Valeriano, I think they finished their 14th or 17th year at the fair. You know, they're a staple up there for sure. And that is Courtview.
Yes.
Is the name of the restaurant on Court Street.
And they
in
do
Utica.
breakfast and lunch.
Yep. And they've been doing it Al's been doing it for 30 plus years. And so then they take their services to the fair.
Yep.
On during fair week and they do it under Valeriano's.
And then before the weekend hit, because our children were at the fair, Scott and I decided to go out to eat. It was a beautiful night. I think it was Wednesday night.
Yeah.
And we went to Ocean Blue. We haven't been there in a long time. That outdoor terrace rooftop setting is just great. The food is always good and consistent. The drinks are great. It was a nice night. So we did Ocean Blue while the kids were riding the flying bobs.
Yeah. And again, you know, I guess good news, right? People are out spending money. Well, Wednesday night, Ocean Blue is not cheap. Right?
It's not.
I'm not knocking it,
right.
But it's, you know, when you look at the Yelp, how many dollar signs, like it's got to be 4.5 out of 5.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
In the rooftop terrace, 6:30 when we left. I mean, it was almost full. Yeah.
Yep.
And so people are going out, they're spending money. And that's a good thing.
One other local spot that I hit was Roma's. I needed to get a tomato pie for lunch one day because I can't remember if it was my hair appointment. No, it was my dermatologist appointment. I'll give a plug to Dr. Ahn, AHN. He's a dermatologist on Kellogg Road in, what is that, Washington Mills?
I think that's New Hartford.
New Hartford.
I think that crosses the line from Washington Mills and in New Hartford.
I'm sort of having an allergic reaction to something, and I called there and he got me in same day and
might be me.
Tried to help me out a little bit. So if you're looking for a dermatologist, look him up. Yeah. And I got a tomato pie from Roma's, which is right down the street.
2 spots, right? So you went to the one in Washington Mills, obviously the
one on Bleecker Street
is on Bleecker Street.
Yep. Now we can get into the weekend and our celebration.
We won't spend a ton of time. We're sneaking over to the 518 again. We, you know, as you know, we like the track, Saratoga racetrack, and we just like the scene on Union. Is it Union or Broadway? It's
Union. Well, Broadway is the main street. That's where we had brunch.
Okay, yeah.
But the track is on Union.
A good scene down there. You know, talking about money. I mean, just stupid amounts of money pour into that town. I mean, next level money from all across the country during track season, especially. But you know, the power of the ask. We asked to be seated at 15 Church. They were totally filled. They stuck us in a corner like we were in timeout. But it all worked out.
Yeah, we got a seat.
We got a seat. We got in.
We did. And that was a great dinner. We went there after we went to the track. Before we went to the track, we did brunch at the Merc. That's right on Broadway.
Yeah. Kind of I've never seen it.
I've never seen it either. But when you look up brunch spots in Saratoga, it's definitely one of the popular places to go.
Yeah. And really cool. We sat outside. Really cool, like alleyway, very city feel, stone buildings, you know, in between narrow, only one table on each side of the walkway for the servers and bussers, flowers, kind of a cobblestone street. And they had probably 20 tables out there and the food was fantastic.
The food was really good.
Yeah. And then you just spy on other people's food and it wasn't like just ours. Everyone's food looked really, really good.
The food looked really, really good. And so, like Scott said, we spent the night in Saratoga and then we got up on Sunday and the weather was terrible.
Awful.
Saratoga has a farmer's market that's really awesome right in the park there. And the weather just did not cooperate, but we weren't ready to go back home. So we looked for a spot to eat on the way home, and we always drive through Ballston Spa. And there's a shortcut that you can take. Like if you take Route 67, it brings you right to 50 and you take the left-hand turn. If you take a left before you get to 50, it brings you down what's called Front Street. That's the name of the street that it's on. And it's a very short street, but it's got a lot of cool little shops.
Main Street vibe.
Right.
Yeah.
And restaurants. And I always notice going by this place on the corner called Henry's Irish Tavern. I probably noticed it because
you're Irish.
Because I'm Irish and the flag, and it's a place where you probably drink beer. So I looked it up, and they did a pretty awesome brunch there on Sunday morning. Bottomless mimosa for like $15. And Scott got what I would never order.
I love ordering stuff that we just don't make at home, don't know how to make, have no interest in making.
Because if I ever made this at home, you would be the only one to eat it, legit.
I like to experiment. Unlike our son, Tyler, my palate is vast.
So tell everybody what you got.
What did I get?
Biscuits and gravy.
Biscuits and gravy. That's what it was.
Oh
I could picture it. I could taste it. I couldn't remember what the name of it was. Homemade biscuit with sausage, gravy.
This milky gravy over the top.
Potatoes, bacon. I mean, I take cholesterol medicine, probably for good reason.
That's probably why. I ordered a breakfast sandwich, but yeah. So
listen, I'm going with the YOLO this weekend. You know, but my go-to is anything with seafood, eggs, and my wife
in an
hates
Irish
that,
restaurant, they are not offering you seafood. They had the bangers. They had no.
But yeah, I like the salmon.
So gross.
I like crab and eggs.
Nope, not in the morning.
Yeah. Anyway, it was a cool spot. And then bonus, there was some kind of like annual festival or fundraiser or something where they had an outdoor farmers market. So we wanted to get that. We grabbed some cookies for the kids
and some soap.
We're into the handmade, homemade soap and all natural stuff. So we found some of that. And that's that.
Yeah.
All right.
This
is the last weekend in August.
This is the last weekend in August. It is. And I'm telling I struggled a little bit to find some different things going on. So there's some things that I included that happen every week, but something that doesn't happen and that's a big deal to a lot of people is the New York State Fair.
It's fair season.
Kicks off August 21st to September 2nd. You got to go to the website for a list of events because it's just massive. And they have the bracelet, the pay the one price. I think people are finally realizing that's the only way to go because to pay per ride, like you bring the kids to the fair and they just want to do rides all day long. So if you go to the fair website, it's nysfair.ny.gov. And you'll be able to see the admission prices, the parking passes, the price of wristbands.
Any good shows?
So there's a ton of shows. Like I said,
anyone stand out?
Not
really?
I didn't. I don't know.
Fair enough. It's on the website.
Yes.
That was a nice coverall. Just go to the website.
Yeah.
But truly, I mean, it is a 2-week event with just, it's like a ginormous facility, a bazillion things going on. Thursday, August 22nd, in our hood, the Frankfort St. Francis Society, they're doing the free concert mixtape band from 6 to 9 p.m. I don't know what that is or what it means, but it's live music from 6 to 9.
Right. And they're going to play all different sorts of music from the 50s to the 90s. And they said they even have a microphone set up if you would like to sing along.
There's a few people there who probably will.
Probably.
And that's not going to help drive attendance.
Okay, so let's move on to something that sounds a little
someone who can sing.
Organized. The Utica Zoo has been doing this every Thursday. It's Sunset Sips, and Sean Smith will be there.
Big sexy.
Yep, from 5 to 7 p.m. And you can go out there and they have beer, they have wine, they have concessions available, food, no special tickets or reservations required. The event is simply extended zoo hours with some additional activities. The price to attend is $9 for adults, $6 for kids, $8 for seniors.
Look at that. You make it to 62, you save $1.
Yeah.
Get it. Friday. Some people just love karaoke.
I know. We haven't featured a karaoke in a while.
And this used to be our jam when we were younger.
Oh, we used to go to McGill's all the
It
time.
wasn't it wasn't McGill's though, was it?
Yes, it was
It
on
was?
Route 5. It
Well,
was
I know where you
McGill's.
are. I thought it changed hands and it was a different name back then.
I don't think so.
Man, I might be
I
wrong
think it
there.
was McGill's.
We're going way back
Yeah.
in the day on Route 5. It burned down
Yes.
like all good bars do. So karaoke night. But yeah, we used to go all over. We used to chase karaoke. Old Ford used to have it. I think that place is gone now too.
We did
There used to be
karaoke
a
Niagara Falls
bar.
once too. You remember that
I
day?
do.
Yeah,
I
that was
do.
not good.
We've been asked to leave karaoke bars. Again, we're going way back.
We've matured a ton.
Oh, vastly mature now. 12 North Sports Bar, 8 to midnight on Friday is karaoke night.
Saturday in Clinton, they're doing a Clinton and Art Music Festival. It starts at 10 a.m. and it's really cool. They have live music. They have 3 different sites that this is taking place at. They have the gazebo, the food court, and College Street. Like I said, it starts at 10 a.m. and they have a bus. They have the Hale bus shuttle service runs you from location to location.
That's cool.
All right. So I thought that was a cool thing. Go to clintonchamber.org if you want to see the different bands that are featured at different locations. So that's a neat thing. Clinton's a cool little community out there.
All right. Metal at the Marina. We had our friend Austin Evanchek in this week. We've been doing some promotion for this. The Frankfort Marina is actually putting an amphitheater in. I think it's going to be ready next summer. It's not ready yet, but they have the huge Harbor Fest deal. They're doing the farmers markets, Christmas at the Marina, a lot of different cool events going on at the Marina. Easy to get to right off Route 5 and then over the bridge if you're in west in Oneida County or further parts east of Herkimer County. And 7 bands. Long story short, here each band is going to have about 30 minutes on stage. They start at 2:00, so from 2 to 2:30, and then a little switch, and then in 3 to 3:30, and so on and so forth. He's got bands coming from all the way from New Jersey to from Buffalo. Absolutely no cost. All right, and there's going to be some food vendors. You've got the Heel Path Brewery down there, and all of the bands are playing for free. They're making the trip in, and basically just old school tips are welcome to help the bands with gas money. But metal at the Marina on Saturday starting at 2:00.
Okay, a new bakery's opening. I wanted to mention this. It's called Honey and Salt Bakery, and they're going to be located at 3963 Oneida Street in New Hartford. So I'm not quite sure exactly where that is when you look at it. I mean, obviously, we would take Higbee, and then I think I think it might be over where that Boom Babies used to be.
Okay.
Remember? And so they currently have pastries at some really awesome spots. Calabria Coffee, the Lifted Cup Cafe, Utica Coffee and Roasting Company, Cafe Florentine, One Jenny, Debbie's Cafe, and Laffa Mediterranean by Zena's. So they're opening up their own location now.
Cool.
And this will be happening from 10 a.m. till they're sold out on Saturday and Sunday.
All right. Who doesn't like a good bakery?
Mm-hmm.
We already talked about my 4 dietary choices, so obviously I do. This is a neat event.
Right.
Glow in the dark golf. So Holland Heights, which is a course in Herkimer, starting at 7:30 at night, which we just noted last night. It's now dark out at 7:30 at night, which kind of sucks. But glow in the dark golf registration at 7:00. Tee time 7:45. $44 per person. That includes 9 holes with a cart and a meal to follow. My concern is, as a risk advisor, as an insurance guy, I mean, driving the carts in the dark, I mean, how does that all?
Maybe they are going to have lights on the carts. You would think that they were going to give them a flashlight or something. I'm sure they thought of this, or maybe the path will be lit up with.
Yeah, Holland Heights is a very hilly course too. Glow balls will be available $6 a piece, or you can always bring your own if you have glow balls. We're going to have a quarter moon the night of golf tournament, but always bring enough lights and outdoor gear to prepare for the elements.
There you go.
I didn't read ahead, so bring some lights.
You know what you need is one of those headbands. That's what you need that has the flashlight on it. But you do have to call the golf course to sign up.
Yeah, 315-866-8716 to sign up. It is a 4-person scramble, optional skins game. I give Holland Heights a lot of credit. If I owned a golf course, I would be hesitant to send people out there in the dark with my carts, but I feel like we should, be a part of it because it sounds like it could be disastrous, and that's how we roll. Listen, when your golf game is like ours, I mean, glow in the dark balls, I don't know. Like, how does that work? Maybe it's easier to find them in the woods.
I have no idea. Well, that's true. You brought up a good point. I also wanted to mention, like I said, there wasn't a ton to highlight this weekend, but farmers markets right now, the produce is
Peak
just
season.
at its peak.
Yeah.
So I did want to mention local farmers markets again. I'll lead off with Herkimer County, and Herkimer does their farmers market Thursday from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. And that's at the Herkimer Town Park. On Friday, Mohawk Valley Community Market near North Washington Street, directly across from Foltz Care Center.
Yep.
That's where that's Friday, noon to 6 p.m. Old Forge also does theirs on Friday from 1 to 5. Saturday is Dolgeville, Frankfort, Little Falls, and Richfield Springs. I'm sure if you type in farmers markets, you can find the exact locations. Oneida County Farmers Markets. Clinton does a great farmers market. They're on Thursday. Utica, the Oneida County Public Farmers Market is year-round. That's the one at Union Station. That's on Saturdays. At Hannah Park, Utica does theirs on Wednesdays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Whitesboro does theirs on Monday from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. New Hartford is on Wednesday, right in that park there in the middle across from Cavallo's. They are from 2:30 to 6:30. Who else am I missing? Rome is West Chestnut Street, Wednesdays, 2:30 to 6:30.
Yeah, like how you said, peak season for fresh produce. This is like, your neighbor that has the garden is trying to unload bushels of
Our
everything.
neighbor brought us over the little tomatoes. I forgot to tell you, she did.
So yeah, it's that time of year. So enjoy it and have a blast out there, and we'll see you out there. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Love Living Local. As you know, we do not run ads. Our only mission is to shine a spotlight on amazing people doing amazing things here in our local community. If you'd like to support us with this mission, we have 3 ways you can help. You can share our content on social, subscribe or follow the show on your favorite podcast platform, and you can visit our lovelivinglocal315.com website to stay up to date with everything happening in Central New York.